On March 9, Binance published an article saying that meme coins are dead. And I did the complete opposite. I decided to take $100 and transform it into $100,000 as fast as I could, only with meme coins. But here's the part that's probably gonna annoy you. I barely traded, less than 2 hours per day, and even for a few months, I was traveling. That's why we have this zone. And you may be thinking, wait, Antoine, you have 90K profit. No, because actually some coins I did not sell everything, like Bagwork, I'm still keeping some. I may go into details in this video, but I'm going to show you at least all the method, how I transform this quickly in just a month into more than 10K, and then even more in another month, and why I had a period where I was just basically flatlining, even going a little bit down, and then suddenly way back up. And I get it. You're probably thinking this is just a cherry picking example. I was making money with Memecoin as well when the market was easy. Transformed $20 into more than $22,000 in just 1 week. Now, I would qualify that the market was harder at this time, of course, but that's where you can actually apply real strategy and it's easier. Because if you still think that Memecoins is gambling and in pure luck, I'm not going to be here to try to convince you. Maybe I'm born super lucky then. I don't know. But I'm still French, so not that lucky. But you're probably thinking, well, Antoine, you have a big audience on YouTube, so you have a lot of copy traders and they just buy after you. I wish this was true. This is not the case. Let's take this coin, for example. There was no trades in the past 2 hours. Let's buy and see if people buy after me. Do we see any movement on the chart? No. So do I have copy traders? No. So first, how can we trade with a small amount? The good thing is when I know that this article was out, there's less volume and everything, that's usually when you need to get interested in something. When the news is telling you that it's dead, it's the end, that's the moment you want to be interested. When they say the opposite, that's the moment you want to start to detach yourself from it. And the beginning, I can say that it was pretty consistent because I don't know, but for me, I'm so used to start with a small amount that I know how to grow that perfectly to up to 10K in 1 month. Because the main problem, and you can write this down, is that people will overtrade. Yes, they want to force trading because it's natural. We always think as humans, the more we do, the more we will get rewarded. But that's not the case. It's not because we click more that we will make more money. It's not because we spend more hours on it that we will make more money. The market doesn't care about that. The market will not care about our amount of input. So there is a part of luck, of course, of some time you can be connected. It's going to be really crazy volume, a lot of coins that get launched and you make tons of money. And sometimes there is nothing. So the only way to fight this kind of luck moment is to be able to be consistent, show up every day for the same amount of time, and then understand that you cannot catch everything. Now, we could go into details of all my plays, but I'm going to highlight the biggest one. So we had Goonsey, we had Glong, we had Bagwork. That is the last one. The key in meme coins is to stay alive. So if you don't get completely rugged, for that, we have to go back to my first trades ever. There you go. You see, I bought 0.5 Sol. So at that time, it was $71. So like this, I knew that I could still go into something later on if I got it wrong. And I actually got it wrong because I went in 0.5 into PFC and went out with 0.47. Not a big loss. The goal is to control. And then same again with Jail Adam. I guess there was many Adam thing going on, except there you go. I find the right Adam coin about 0.2, sold 0.01, 0.06, 0.24, 0.15. And that's where I started to grow. And you can see that all my trades at the beginning are still the same amount. Even the Grok coin, I still go in like really small. And then I will sell small amounts. As soon as you have a news event like that, that's where you usually need to go big. And we can check after this, still around the same amount, I start to grow gradually. I don't go like full crazy on, and I'm also not scared to take losses. As you can see here, I buy $130 and I sell for $80. I do not care so much about my win rate. It will be like this, like, oh, you have a less than 50% win rate, it's not good. What matters to me is to be in profit. You can write that one down, by the way. And you can see that, yeah, I'm still going sometime in small and I'm doing multiple sell. When I'm buying, I buy zero point 0.5 and I sell, always on the way up. And it's not something that I'm just inventing or whatever. This is what is working for me. And I'm going to show you how I find the coins because I don't use the same method as everyone else. For example, this coin where I made a really good play, same. My buys is like I spread them. I buy one time and then I check more. I buy more, and more. And then on the way up, I'm selling too. Now you can call me a cheat if you want. I don't really care. I hold that long and then I sold more and more again here on the spike always. Me, I'm selling in green candle and I'm buying on red candle. Now I saw that it went down from 55 to here. I'm like, I could buy some more now. Maybe it's going to go further down. We will see. Future will tell. I still think that they're going to pull out huge content. And that's something that I learned from another trader, from Nick interviewed here to get better into my exit points. And he's always saying, when you're winning, just sell a little bit all the way up, DCA out, basically. And I'm opting for the same strategy. And it's only later on that I started to grow the amount that I was putting in. Again, you see, I placed 2 buys in it. Buy, buy. And then I make 2 different sell, like shadow A. I'm not scared of going multiple time in the trade. And I would say like the 3 lessons is like, first, timing is more important than intelligence. So I know that I'm not going to play the game of trying to find the coins here because everyone is playing that game because everyone saw Cupsy doing it. And they're like, their brain is tricked into some kind of retardness that they think they're going to be able to do the same thing as someone who is doing it 12 hours a day, who is the most followed wallet on this game, and that we are not even sure if there are other things involved in it. So they don't even try to understand. They just see a result on the scoreboard. Same, they will see like someone with a supercar and they would think like, he must be so smart, he must be good at business because he has nice car. But it doesn't mean anything. Don't rely on like those events. And that's where I almost never use those interface because everyone is using it. And when I first used it, it was at the beginning and I was making good money with it. Now it's a lot like to know who is in the coin, what kind of holders you have, how many bundles and all that. And then of course I did it manually before, but now I use algorithm because algorithm are way better than humans at doing. That's why right from the beginning, by the way, I streamed most of my days trading to show everyone how I was doing it, my process, my research. And I was using stock fund because with their tool, I can know in advance which one is going to be interesting. And like an example is that on stock fund, they have this algorithm called print scan that's going to check all the transaction, the volume, some KOLs, more than 25 data points, and it's going to find the best coins. And that's how I managed to be early. I'm not gifted. I don't have insiders information. In fact, I'm not even in a group where I'm in voice chat all the time. I can trade by myself from anywhere because I have the tools that let me do that. Most people don't understand that if you don't use the power of on-chain analysis and seeing all the transactions happening, then you're basically not trading the right way because crypto and meme coins are the only things where we can see like, all right, this wallet bought this, sold that, this is what he's doing, that you can have all that, even knowing who is making money, who is not making money. And if you do that manually, it's totally possible. But at some point, You got to use some algorithm. So either you build your own or you're going to use someone else. I don't know. But this is how they invest in the stock market. And I believe this is the way it's going to happen in the meme coin market. Then the second biggest lesson is really emotional detachment. I was not winning every day because sometimes your mind is not in the right place. Sometimes you've been losing a few days in a row and you're just not good. And then also, a winning trade or a losing trade doesn't define you. Those are just events based on your skills and what you have. And then I have to understand that because I can have two losing days in a row and I could be all depressed. And then boom, four winning days. And then we go again 3 days in a row, much smaller, by the way. A tiny winning, 2 day losing, and then boom, winning big, big, big. And that's where the difference is. Being able to be profitable daily in meme coins is really hard, particularly when you start to have more capital. If you check my wallet at the beginning, and I will put it in the description because I know some of you guys not going to believe me. They're going to be like, hey, this, that. You can do all the research. And you're going to see that at the beginning, when I'm small in capital, I have almost only green days. It's much easier. And then when you grow to a bigger one, you don't really care that much. You start to be comfortable. That's what happened to me. And then you may be thinking, yeah, so this is amazing. This is going to give you the entry, but when do you know when to sell? And I didn't understand this question at the beginning. I'm selling on the way up. There's no exact point of selling because I don't know. Like, for example, this one was called 11 minutes ago at 35K. It's already 2.5x. If I don't have a big bag or big capital, of course I'm going to sell some, at least half, because I'm already 2x. So I want to be able to stay long in this game. The longer you are, the more chance you will have to hit something that's going to do a 10x or 100x. I mean, if you look at it, for example, PrinceCat, the algorithm called unemployed at 60K, that's almost a 40x. Quest called it at 50K, 30x. Clipper, 77K, 25x. And that's just in the 200 last calls. And I could take the other algorithm, which is Meme Radar, and he had like Streamer Season by Alex Baker, 11x, Runner, 56x. Actually, the highest was 100x. So those tools make it easier for me to trade, of course. And then they evolved. Now I can buy directly on it. For example, this one, I just went in and I went out at a small loss, but I don't care. I put 0.5 sold. Okay. Why I went out? Because I saw the stream is not safe for work. So I'm not going to go into something that is not safe for work because it has less chances of running, or maybe even the stream will get banned. And now all that period, I was traveling in the US and then in Europe. So I barely traded. And then I came back and then it was a tough period. A lot of crime coins, a lot of developer launching together. It was a bloody mess. And I was not trading so much because I was focused on building some other stuff. And then, of course, then I took a hit. And that's normal. If you're not fully headed in the game, then you will have that. Another thing that helps is to write down your trading, how much you win, how much you lose every time. And every day that I was doing that, it kept me in check because even if they are like a big loss, tons of small wins can cover it up. And then we can have those progress. And it's like every day, you make this, you make that, you make this, you make that. The more you stay in the green every day, you're going to have a coin at some point that goes 10x or 100x right under your eyes. It's just like that. But most people will try so hard to force it that they're going to lose it. And then the beauty of starting with a small amount like that is that if you lose it, it's okay. You start again until you find a way. Now, I did not restart this challenge. I got it one take Drake. But it's because I had been talking about meme coins for a while now, 1 year and a half. I've been explaining people how to do it, been building tools, been knowing everything that happened on chain because that's where the alpha is, and that works. So even actually my streamer coins where I did really well is by using Stockchain because with the data, I saw that they had a really high amount of average viewers compared to the others. And then that's how I knew, okay, I'm going to check this stream. And then in the stream, wow, they have like really good stuff. They start to have clips outside going viral on TikTok, on Twitter. I was like, I'm in. And that's the difference. Data is the key to success. Now, if you want to see everything, how I did it, I put all the live stream offline because I was getting problem with YouTube every time, copyright strikes, and then sometime with the contents of Memecoins, it can be a bit touchy, and then I would get like a warning. So okay, I removed it. I would give a private access in my free community. There will be a link below. And then if you want to learn everything about this new opportunity, because I think now you should not trade Memecoins, actually, you should trade that. I explain it in this video. And you know what? Don't forget one thing though, stay handsome.